Hey guys, it's Jennifer from Live, Laugh, Love to Read. So today I'm doing a book review on The Secrets We Keep by Kate Hewitt. So I have mixed feelings about this book. I think I'm going to give it 3.8 stars. Yeah. So the beginning was really good. The middle, I kind of was skipping paragraphs because I was like, okay, this is kind of like repetitive. But the ending was good. So 3.8 stars, and let me tell you what it's about. It says, my whole body aches. I trawl memories of her, now so precious. My darling child. I can't lose her. When Tessa arrives at the little house by the lake with her 2 children, it is an escape. The rental house may be a bit small, but it's theirs for the summer. A place to hide. ... However, their isolation is disrupted by the family from the big house next door. 3 children and their glamorous mother, Rebecca, who seems determined to invite Tessa into their lives. However, Rebecca is harboring a dark secret, and when it becomes too much for her to bear, Tessa seems to be the only person she can turn to. So our chapters alternate between Tessa and Rebecca. So one chapter's Tessa, the next one's Rebecca. And I kind of had a little bit of trouble keeping that straight. I had to go back. I'd read a few pages and I'm like, okay, who is this talking? Yeah. So the whole time the author is alluding to the fact that both the mothers have secrets, and some trauma and some things going on with their husbands. Tessa and her 2 children live in the Bronx, and they don't have a lot of money, but they're comfortable. Rebecca and her 3 children, very rich. Yeah, her husband works on Wall Street, so she's very rich, and she's very not really condescending, but kind of in your face. Yes, I have a lot of money, but I'm so sweet and accommodating, and here, let me pay for you and your children to go to the club all summer long. Yeah, so she pays for a membership for Tessa and her 2 children to go to the club and do swimming lessons and sailing lessons and all this and tennis lessons, and because she just can't help herself. She's got all this money, and that's just how she wants to be friends with people. She's like, here, I can pay for it. So then at one point she takes Tessa and herself to a spa day, and Tessa gets a complete makeover. So yeah, well, in the meantime, Rebecca is drinking and drinking and drinking more. And you do delve into her mind where she's like, I'm not an alcoholic, I'm just trying to blot out the memories, type thing. But it all comes to a head, and something happens, and she has to go into a treatment facility for a month. And Tessa pretty much agrees to take care of her children for the month. Now, Rebecca is very persuasive, and she just has to say something to Tessa, and Tessa agrees. She's like, and then later on you are delving into Tessa's mind, and she's like, I don't know how she does it. She just says this or that, and then I just agree, and I don't even know how it happened, type thing, So she's very overbearing, but she's so sweet, she's got this sweet thing going on. Oh, here, let me buy you a whole spa day where you get a complete makeover, and then we gotta buy you some new clothes, type thing. So I enjoyed the book. I finished it, and it's kind of big. Let's see how many pages. 352. So I think this could have been shorter. But the thing is, I probably would have picked up because I don't like shorter books. But the middle I thought was a little too repetitious. Yeah. And I also didn't like the fact that the author kind of kept you in the dark most of the time about what the 2 women's secrets were. I know that was the whole idea of the book, but I I kind of felt like it needed to be sooner in the book and flesh out the story more. Yeah, that's why I'm giving it 3.8 stars. I enjoyed it. I finished it. I'd recommend it. But and the ending was a surprise, so that was in its favor. Because the prologue. Let me just read you the prologue. You are so silent, so still. I can barely hear you breathing, and I don't think I'd know you were except for the barely there rise and fall of your chest under the starchy hospital sheet, visible only when I lean forward and look for it. For a desperately needed sign that you're still here, that you're holding on, despite what the doctors say, the way they shake their heads. It all happened so quickly. A blur, the blood, screams, and shock. So much shock. My mind is still spinning with disbelief that this happened to my child. But I know if it stops spinning, the guilt will rush in, along with the terror. This is all my fault. I can't escape that awful reality. So that's the prologue. That pulls you in right now, right away. But you don't find out till the very end, of course, what had happened. So that's why it's getting 3.8 stars. Yep, 3.8 stars. Do you do that? Do you give books a rating because you're like, I'm not too sure? I mean, it started out really good, the middle was just and the ending was really good. So I'd pick up another book by her. Yep, and I got this in a little free library. Woo woo. Alright guys, that's all I got. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to check back for more book videos coming up soon. Thanks friends. I'll see you next time.